Welcome to A Heart for Home Education. My name is America, mother to three, homeschooling in a classical and Charlotte Mason way. Today I'm sharing with you our plans for holiday homeschooling for all of the Christmas and Advent plans that we have as part of our school, as part of our home and family. I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of resources that we're going to be weaving into our school day, but that will also be a part of our regular Advent Christmas family time. So I want to be really careful headed into the Christmas season to not take on too much to where it becomes a burden. So for me, I've chosen 3 priorities for our homeschool and how we are shifting to more of a Christmas time celebration in the coming weeks. So my first priority this Christmas season is to point my children to Christ, of course, and to the need for his coming, the prophetic nature of his coming, and what it means now that he has come and lived and died in our place. So the first and most important resource for us this year is Prepare Him Room by Marty Machowski. This is a family devotional that we will probably be doing in the mornings and the evenings, depending on if my husband is home, what day of the week it is. But this has 4 weeks of Advent plans, and each week has 3 lessons. This is not specifically for homeschool, but just for families in general. And I believe they have a church Sunday school curriculum as well. Marty Machowski is the author who wrote Theology for Kids as well as Wonderful. And we currently, before switching over to this, we are going through Wonderful and really enjoying it. And also we've been through Theology before. So we have previously used a Christmas picture book Advent devotional that I can link in my Amazon storefront, where all of these resources that I'm talking today about will be linked. That just makes it a lot easier for me to be able to link things quickly and to have them all in one place. So anyways, this book is kind of a transition from that picture book Advent book. And this is kind of the next step as my kids get older. We've kind of outgrown that book, and it is time for a book like this. So we're going to try this one out. Like I said, it has 4 weeks of lessons, and each week has 3 lessons in it. So each lesson has a warm-up, and just sometimes that's listening to a song, sometimes that's having a special snack ready, and then a scripture reading portion. Sometimes this is prophetic scripture, sometimes this is New Testament, and then helping your child picture it with the historical context, talking about it as a family, praying together, and then singing together. And it has a newer hymn, a newer Christmas song, and then a traditional Christmas song as well as an album. So like a Spotify playlist of all of the songs. And then it has a Christmas story woven all throughout. And then sometimes it has crafts or activities or recipes to use as well. So this is a really simple approach, it seems like, and I'm looking forward to making this a priority throughout our Advent season. Next up is another book that I'm really excited about, but I don't have in my hands yet. I have ordered it from Barnes & Noble, but it is not quite here yet. So it is A Little Christmas Carol, illustrated by Joe Sutphin. I am really excited to read this book with the kids. I will be swapping out a lot of our read-alouds throughout the week for this book. So I have planned for a lot of the read-alouds to be switched out for this book in December, but I am not sure that I'm going to get away with it because my kids love the books that we are reading right now for school. And so I don't know if they're just going to let me set them aside for the whole month of December. So I expect this book to be woven into our morning basket, into a lunchtime read, an afternoon tea time read, an evening read after dinner. I think we'll be reading this one a lot. And Joe Sutphin has such a gift and such a talent for making characters come to life with his illustration and really drawing children in with those illustrations. So I'm excited to go through this with the kids. And then our third priority is a handicraft. I have purchased a membership to Lily and Thistle. Lily and Thistle has instructional watercolor videos geared at all ages, and she has a wide collection of Christmas paintings that you can learn how to paint. I like how she weaves in technique with also producing something that the kids will enjoy. A lot of the Charlotte Mason painting resources are focused just on technique, and my children can find that frustrating when they don't have a finished piece of work that they're proud of. And while practicing technique is really, really beneficial, I think it's really helpful to have some finished products woven in there as well. So for these watercolor pictures, I plan to just use this as our handicraft for the month of December to do a lot of watercolor painting and to create some watercolor Christmas cards for our loved ones. So I'm just going to help the kids to create several watercolor Christmas cards, and then we will attach a picture of our family into that Christmas card and write a note to a handful of our loved ones. It's something that we can all do together, something that will bring us all together, something that is true leisure, true enjoyment of each other's company and creating things with our hands and in service of others because we can give it as a beautiful gift. So those are my three main priorities. Those are the things that if nothing else happens and we stick to those three, I will be happy and I will feel like we have had a full and rich Christmas time homeschool and a true celebration of the Advent season. But I also have a lot of other things that would be nice to get to. So the first of those is this book that I have just ordered that I don't have in my hands yet, but it is Jotham's Journey. This is by Sunlight Curriculum. I believe they wrote this whole series. I'm not quite sure, but it looks like a fascinating story that my children are going to be really engaged with. So I hesitate to not put this in our top three priorities, but the main read aloud priority is Little Christmas Carol, and then as we can include this story, Jotham's Journey. I believe this is about a boy who is in Bethlehem or Nazareth as Christ is being born, and it just looks like an exciting story. I thought about purchasing the entire Advent kit from Sunlight, but I decided that the Marty Machowski book already has some crafts, and then we're going to be focusing on the watercolor, that I didn't want to add on a bunch of more busy work crafts that were teacher intensive and difficult for us to accomplish. And then I would have that feeling inevitably that I'm failing, I'm falling behind, I'm not doing all the things that I want to do. So I just did not buy the full Advent kit, but I just bought the read aloud because we can always read a book. Some other read alouds that we've loved in the past, I'm not sure if we'll be able to get to them this year. Just depends on how open our schedule is and how much the kids want to hear read alouds. But we enjoyed The Best Christmas Pageant Ever last year. I remember when my dad read this to me as a little girl, and I think we will go see the movie. I'm going to wait for some reviews first, but I really liked this as a kid, and we enjoyed reading this last year. So we may read it again, we may not. And then this is a collection of A Little House Christmas stories. So these are straight from the Little House books, and they're all of the Christmas stories from each of the Little House books are collected in here. Some of our favorite Christmas stories from here. I just love these. These bring tears to my eyes. And so I'm sure we will read a couple of these this Christmas season. This is kind of a stand-in for all of the amazing Christmas picture books that we love and that I would like to include in our Christmas season for homeschooling. So this is the Year of the Perfect Christmas Tree. This list, I'm not sure which book list this came from, but some of the book lists that I use are Treehouse Schoolhouse and the previously sold Beautiful Feet Christmas collection. I actually checked out all of those from the library last year when they had their Christmas collection for sale, but they've removed their Christmas collection. They don't have it for sale anymore, as far as I can tell. They have a smaller version with not the same books. So there were several that I love. And if you look for any Christmas picture book collection, there are so many standouts. Please drop your favorite Christmas picture book or just favorite Christmas read aloud in the comments below to share with other mother teachers so that we can all be inspired by each other. But I can very easily see us doing the Little Christmas Carol and a picture book every single day and finding a lot of joy in that. Another thing that is not a priority, but something that I'm sure we'll get to, I foresee more of these things happening in the evenings. My kids have said as the nights have gotten longer that they would like to have game nights and craft nights and of course some movie nights. But some of the things that I have picked up, I picked these craft kits up from Target. for, I think I got a deal. So I got 4 kits for $15. But these are just little kits. This is Create Your Own Holiday Treats Ornament Kit. This is a sewing kit. And I think my kids are really going to enjoy sewing these little ornaments up. And then this is the Create Your Own Melty Beads Ornament Kit. So this is those little beads that you iron. And they have been asking to do these for a while. I've never done these with the kids because I'm scared of all of the beads, but we are going to try it. It has a couple of different frames for the kids to make some ornaments. So this tree right here is the playroom Christmas tree, the schoolroom Christmas tree, and all of the ornaments that they craft can go here, and they're really in charge of this tree. Of course, I've added some motherly touches, but this is mostly their tree, and it has a lot of their favorite ornaments, a lot of the ornaments that they've crafted over the years. So these ornaments will either be gifted or they will be put on this tree. And then here is a popsicle stick, Create Your Own Stick Ornaments. And I bought this one specifically because I think the sewing one will be too hard for my 5-year-old. And so he can work with this popsicle stick one instead. And then this last one, I couldn't resist, is a Create Your Own Gingerbread Garland Kit. It's little gingerbread people that they can make into a garland, and we can decorate our schoolroom with this. Another thing I got is this Thomas Kincaid 12 Days of Christmas puzzles. This is 12 mini puzzles in 12 tins. So you can sit down and make a complete puzzle, and then once you're done, it makes one 500-piece puzzle. So this will be nice to do in smaller sections with the kids. It has a lot of beautiful puzzles in it. It has some Santa Claus, which we don't do Santa Claus, but we don't mind having Santa Claus, but we also don't participate in Santa Claus. So this, along with the crafts that we have and some of our board games, this is how I think we will be passing our time as a family together. Last up, I just wanted to share some of my favorite Christmas and Advent resources. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these this year. I will probably go through one book and one devotional. So some of my favorites, I think I might read this one this year. This is Timothy Keller's Hidden Christmas. I just love Timothy Keller. He, to me, is so classical. He's so classically minded. The things that he cites and the sources that he gives it's often Lewis and it's often other classic authors. So I just love his writing. And this is just a small little book. This one I read last year. This is Ruth Jo Simmons, Emmanuel, An Invitation to Prepare Him Room at Christmas and Always. So this is a 25-day devotional. This is filled with beautiful art and really lovely devotionals. This obviously doesn't replace your time in scripture, but it is in addition to. And then this is the devotional that I will be doing this year. This is O Come, Emmanuel, a liturgy for daily worship from Advent to Epiphany. And this is by Jonathan Gibson. He's also written the daily liturgy book that I use, which is Be Thou My Vision. And so I just really love his work. I love the Christmas version of this, and that he uses prayers from the ancient church, and he pulls from a lot of resources. He's got a lot of songs in here and a scripture reading plan. So I will be doing this, and then I normally check out from the library, but I think it is time for me to buy the Christmas Treasury collection. It's a classic Christmas Treasury collection, and I like to read that on Sundays. It has a lot of good short Christmas stories that I like reading. So those are our Christmas and Advent plans for homeschooling and just our regular family life. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it inspirational. Please let me know what your favorite family Christmas resources are, or some of your personal favorite Christmas reads. I have heard a lot of good things about the Hillsdale College course on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Story, so I think I will try to dip my toes into that if I have time this year. And I hope you're encouraged to enjoy a slow and peaceful Christmas season. I encourage you to pick some of your top priorities, just 2 or 3 of your top priorities for your homeschool, for your family entering in this season. It's so easy to get distracted by all of the amazing curriculum options that we have, but sometimes that can end up bogging us down and making us feel like we aren't doing enough. So just keep your eyes on your household, keep your eyes on Christ, and the real reason for this holiday season. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.